Alright, so this is some crazy news coming out of the Pokemon Company right now. This right here is their Super Bowl ad. So for those of you guys who haven't heard about it, the Pokemon Company actually bought ad space for the Super Bowl, you know, sports ball and stuff, and they're actually going to try to promote Pokemon there, and that's like crazy, but it's also a huge step for Pokemon. Like, this is a big thing to have a Super Bowl ad, and it looks like Pokemon Company, they wanted to go all out for the 20th anniversary. So Pokemon20.com, they have an ad spot for the 20th anniversary, and if you want to watch the video, you can go do that on their YouTube website. I don't want to worry about copyright or anything, but here's the really perplexing thing about this whole ad. You can see that it goes for their slogan for the 20th anniversary, and that's Train On. You know, it's about you can do that. You can be a Pokemon master. You can take that next step with the Pokemon just enjoyment, the Pokemon experience. And I really love this. And you can see this because they're doing Pokken Tournament, which is a new fighter. It brings a whole new depth to the actual like spirit of Pokemon. And then they also have Pokemon Go, which a lot of people are super hyped for. So I guess the question is, what does it all mean? And I honestly don't know. They're not advertising Pokemon Go or Pokken Tournament specifically. And when you first look at this, if you think about it from like the Pokemon Go kind of standpoint, someone could imagine, oh my goodness, that's going to be Mega Lucario, there's going to be Megas in Pokemon Go, or there's going to be extra generation Pokemon Go. But that would be if this was a Pokemon Go commercial, and it isn't. It's just the 20th anniversary Pokemon commercial. And at the same time, it feels like it represents Pokken Tournament more, but we don't have Magneton, and we also don't have Gyarados in Pokken Tournament, and I don't think that this is like some kind of hidden announcement for those Pokemon to be in Pokken Tournament. So it's just a miscellaneous Pokemon battle in some kind of stadium with people, you know, cheering and stuff, and it's all about being a Pokemon trainer and training on. And if we see the Pikachu in this guy's room, that looks like the Pokken Tournament Pikachu, you know, has that over-stylized kind of aspect to it. So it's kind of taking a little bit of both from what we expect from this year. You know, the whole new style for like this real-life kind of Pokemon design. It could also be that they're trying to give us a feel for the experience that represents Pokemon Go, maybe. Now, unfortunately, our world isn't like the Pokemon world. Unfortunately, there's not real Pokemon battling, and we're not going to fill out a stadium of people cheering for Pokemon, even though that would be the dream. And I think that that's what captured everyone's imagination for Pokemon Go. But at the same time, it doesn't seem like we're getting anything else. If this is what Pokemon Go is going to be, you know, at the end of the actual Pokemon Go reveal trailer, we just have a Charizard in a pre-made battle setting, and it's just like the Pokemon game, you know. This isn't going to be what people expect. This isn't going to deliver the Pokemon Go experience that everyone wants. Our imagination isn't getting captured by this, and the commercial doesn't really give us information that we can process right now. So hopefully it takes a step in a better direction. I was feeling that, you know, why not go like the Dream Radar? If there was augmented reality capabilities, we would have something here. But, you know, it's just an interesting little commercial right here, and hopefully it works. I'm wondering if the technology truly isn't there yet, or if the marketing behind it is just not what it should be. You know, they could have gone all out, but I feel like they're holding something back. And maybe they want to grow upon this, or maybe that they don't want to make this the dream, which is unfortunate, because that's what I've always felt growing up. I feel like, you know, you can get that next step. Why don't we have, why are we getting this? Why aren't we getting this right here? This is exactly what we could have in some kind of way, but it feels like they're falling short of the promise of delivering, and hopefully that doesn't hurt Pokemon too bad. Or maybe the ending was a ruse. Maybe it'll be more augmented reality, because that would be the dream right there. But at the same time, we're getting this big Super Bowl ad, so it's like, what is Pokemon going to become is the big question. Is it going to be amazing? Is it going to be what everyone wants? Or is it just going to be empty promises? I don't know, because Pokemon, it hasn't been as much of a phenomenon as it has been other years. And I want to blame like the Nintendo marketing on that in a way, because they decided to go all out on Yokai Watch. And Yokai Watch, you know, I think Nintendo did a Twitter poll. It's like, what was your favorite game this year? And I think it was like 10% or something on that Twitter poll, where it's like 10% of the people enjoyed Yokai Watch more than Mario Maker, more than Splatoon and stuff. And Nintendo, they did like more promotion for that than ever. And I was like, that could have gone into Pokemon. That could have gone to Pokemon games. That could have gone into this a lot better. And I feel that, you know, there's not enough commitment right here, and it's kind of like this never-ending cycle. You know, you have to go all out to make Pokemon a bigger success than it's ever been, but at the same time, it feels like there's some kind of marketing confidence there where people don't think it can be, when it absolutely can. I mean, this video right here, it hit 21.2 million views. Like, there's enough here to bring Pokemon back better than ever, or like, not bring it back, but, you know, make it bigger than it's ever been. I feel like there's someone in some marketing company somewhere doesn't believe in it, and it's holding us back, and it's not giving us what we deserve. And I don't know, like the Pokemon Super Bowl commercial, a lot of the Pokemon commercials back in the old days, they captured imagination. They had Pokemon flying around, and it was all about you going on the adventure. And one weird thing about the commercials, it's hard to even tell it's about Pokemon until you like see subtle hints. Like, okay, that's Blaine's badge. What's it called? Like, you have some kind of fire symbol that has representation with Pokemon. Or in that, some kid playing chess, it's people getting inspired. And then at the end, it's Pokemon Stadium, where we don't really know what it represents. So I don't know. I hate being the bearer of bad news, but I want to look at this with like the most optimism as possible, because yeah, if my expectations get exceeded, that's great. Then that means Pokemon's going to go better than ever. But I don't know. It's just in recent years, it feels like they've left a lot of opportunity just go away for the Pokemon Company, and I do not want to see that, especially with the Super Bowl ad. This is going to be families sitting around watching that, and you know, Dad's going to be sitting there like, Pokemon. Wasn't your older brother who's like 20 into that? And then, you know, the next generation. This is the commercial for the next generation of families almost, and it needs to inspire them. And hopefully it does, but I don't know. I feel like there was more to Pokemon back in the early 2000s, late 90s, where everyone knew it was more of a household name. I don't think this Super Bowl ad has the potential of making a household name again. I don't know. I want the best, but again, I feel like we're getting shorted just a bit with this silliness right here. So if you guys enjoyed the video, we got Pokemon news coming up. It's going to be a good year. I know Pokemon's doing a lot for this 20th anniversary. But let's hope they do enough. I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you for watching.